Hello, my name is Harris, and I'll be introducing the VTXCAD Holiday Havoc end stream. And today we have Isabella.
Hello.
Okay.
So before we get started, we'd also like to thank our sponsors for VTXCADs 2020, GoBuilda and Senkatsen. And we'd also like to thank all of our wonderful judges for judging every single one of our submissions and making it possible. So thank you to all of them.
Okay, and now we'll be introducing the Novice Division.
So for the Novice Division, all teams had to submit a creative gingerbread house, and this gingerbread house had to fit within a 36-inch cube and be constructed from at least 10 unique individual components. There were a few more guidelines, but you can find these guidelines through the Discord server. All submissions had to resemble houses and reflect a holiday theme.
So now we'll be introducing fourth place, Team 968. This team had a good start using Tinkercad, but we would recommend that you switch to either Fusion or Onshape. Also, we'll be hosting a Fusion workshop later today, or actually it won't be later today. It'll be a future date, but remember to check the VTXCAD Discord server for more information. We also have some nice details of the submission. The interior does look pretty nice, and overall it's just great structural design. It just needs more detail and finesse to the individual components to add complexity to the final product.
And also, for more details about Onshape, you can find our workshop recordings also through the Discord server. Next, in third place, we have Team 615 Alphanumeric Potato. And we noticed that you used Onshape here, which is obviously the superior software, so great job on that. And also some detail would have been nice, but overall, we think it was a great submission. Thanks.
Second place, we have Team 243, Halluatons. This has a nice render. This is the one they submitted to us. Some improvements they could have made, introducing a Revolute mate with the crank. And inside Onshape, it's a pretty simple to include. It's just that touch of detail would have been very nice for the judges.
And lastly, in first place, we have Team 718, Milk and Cookies. We have one word to describe this. Wow. It looks really nice, especially with the count of the pieces that were included inside of the portfolio and all of the details between all of the thinking that went behind it. It also seems really realistic. It could definitely be done in real life, and it has all of the proper renders included inside of the document, which was a great touch.
So now we'll be introducing the FTC Division. There was a total of 7 teams that submitted, and Isabella will be giving a more detailed view of what the game was.
Yeah, so an overview of this year's FTC challenge, which was Holiday Havoc, was basically we had both socks and chimneys, and all teams would create a robot that would score presents and books into the respective inside of the chimney or the sock. We also had special.
Yep. Oh, yeah, you can go.
We also had special ice tiles on both sides of the field to make it more interesting for teams to move around the field.
So all the submissions were really good, and there have been some really close scores. We'll be actually releasing the judging rubric later, but you can see how close they are. And for this game, aesthetics was used as the tiebreaker option. So now we'll be moving on into 7th place. 603 binary bots. So this robot had a pretty good concept. It was a good submission. However, it lacked anything special. And the documentation was hard to read at some points due to misspellings and inconsistency of the usage of units, pertaining to the design. And if you're going to use specialized parts, such as mechanism wheels, just make sure you research how they are used so that you work them efficiently. As you can see in the model, it looks like all the wheels may not be in the correct orientation, which it does happen to a lot of teams. Also, when doing CAD challenges, or when you're doing CAD challenges or for the actual season, you should write down your initial strategies and then be able to adapt them to what you can make. However, you should do these modifications and actually document these so the judges can easily understand your thought process.
Next, in 6th place, we have Team 381 Bordy Alliance. We thought it had an excellent drivetrain and even a buddy climb system, which was really interesting to see. And the intake and the dumper are both great and functional. But however, we noted that there were no secondary considerations. We also think that the tech binder could be a little more descriptive and address some more design choices, since again, it's really important for the judges to see your thought process.
I believe this robot actually scored highest with consideration to robot, but sadly the portfolio did not match how good the robot was. We have fourth place, 865, the green machine. So, oh wait, sure. Whoops, it's fifth place. 297 titanium Knights B. So the robot and portfolio were very well thought out and complemented each other well. While there were a few things your robot could have improved, such as the integration, your group certainly considered several key aspects necessary when designing a robot. Your design portfolio gave the judge insight to why the robot was designed the way, and it was very visually appealing. Great job. Okay, so this robot, yeah, just looks pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It just looks nice. And the portfolio was also really well made.
Next, in fourth place, is Team 865, the green machine. It had an excellent use of PTO to get a fast lift, and it has one of the widest intakes out of the entire competition. And you can see on the left image that it takes up basically the entire length of the robot. And it was some things to work on would be to create a complete model, so include all of the intake wheels and etc. And it was also a little unclear on how it would delatch from the chimney because the cover over the chimney prevents the robot from easily backing out while the lift is high.
We'll be moving on to the prizes, and for third place, we have Team 577, Peak Performance. So this robot is just also another one of those really visually stunning robots. And you can see from the images provided. And there was just great detail in the mechanical modeling. There were many individual subcomponents, and it was great to see this team fit everything into a compact space. The team also had both a book and a gift intake and output. So that was a nice touch.
Yeah, and this team will also be receiving a Go Build a Hoodie. Next, in second place, we have Team 798 Off Square. They will be receiving they'll be receiving $50 of Send Cut Send, a Go Build a Servo, and also a hat. So overall, there was a great design, really great renders. You can see from the video here that they were able to pick up both the presents as well as the book. The drivetrain was really interesting to see as well, but the weakest portion was the scissor deposit, since that could be a little flaky.
So now we'll be introducing a first place. But remember, before we introduce this, that all these teams were really close together. So, Team 729. Back to the drawing board. This team was really nice, and it's just overall well. They'll be receiving $150 of Send Cut Send and $50 of Go Build a Store Cut credit and a hat. So they have a 6-wheel drive capable mechanism for drivetrain, and it's pretty solid. The latching mechanism is very well done. Servo to rotate it overcomes issue of hood being in the way. Wide surgical tubing means that you don't need to align as much. Right. The deposit is excellent, allows for rapid lifting without losing control over the presence, and there's great consideration for autonomous. And then there's this robot portfolio was also pretty good, and yeah, it's just overall pretty solid robot.
We'd also like to give a big thank you to everyone that participated and all of our judges for VTX 2020.
Okay, and yeah, we also would like to thank our speakers from Simons and Autodesk, and thank you for watching.